Hello, my name is Caleb Highland, and my focal organism for this project is the Mimus polyglottis, also known as the northern mockingbird. The specific behavior of the northern mockingbird that we will be discussing is ground-pecking behavior. We will be evaluating the ground-pecking behavior using Nico Tinbergen's 4 levels of analysis, which are causation, developmental, evolutionary, and functional. These will help provide a different possible explanation for ground-pecking exhibited by the northern mockingbird. In this video footage of my observations of the northern mockingbirds at a public park area in Pasadena, California, these birds were seen ground-pecking in a grassy wooded area between a playground and a baseball field. As you can see, there were a few birds at any given time ground-pecking for food. Here are a few explanations as to why they exhibited this behavior. The first proximate level of analysis is causation. In this video, the mockingbird is seen pecking on the floor searching for food. In a research paper by Dr. Angelique Vanderloo in 2001, they analyzed the ability to control the neck and spine during feeding in a couple different birds. They analyzed the anatomy of different sized birds, and they found that the neck muscles in birds are small. So the neck movements during pecking are very small and fast to be able to peck downward and to be able to forage for food. The developmental explanation for ground pecking is that it learned this behavior from its parents. After birds grow out of the nest, they must learn how to eat. In research conducted in 2011 by Dr. Tore Slagsvold, they concluded that birds learn a majority of their behaviors socially and was a mixture of trial and error by the birds as well as some imitation of the parents. There are many videos on the internet that also show humans being able to teach baby birds how to peck for food by using their pointer finger and pointing downward at the food in order to eat it. A hypothesis for an evolutionary explanation of ground-pecking behavior slightly contradicts the developmental explanation for the behavior. In a research article from Dr. Rodenberg in 2003, they measured the heritability of certain behaviors in field hens of different age groups to see if a behavior was exhibited genetically or inherited as it was learned. They found that more hens would exhibit the behaviors at earlier stages of life at around 6 weeks and less of them at 30 weeks. This would imply that the behavior is less likely imitated and can be explained as being ingrained in them genetically since they've had less time to learn the behaviors. A functional explanation for ground pecking is that the ground pecking for food increases the survivability of the bird. Because northern mockingbirds eat small insects and different types of berries, they have limited food sources. Like most living creatures, they need to eat in order to survive. And since ground pecking is a feeding behavior, it's used in order to be able to eat. In an article written by Dr. Matthew Miller in 2021, he suggests that the diets of certain birds also aid in the genetic diversions of birds. The northern mockingbird is able to peck for ground insects as well as peck for fruits, so this behavior enables the birds to have a mixed diet, aiding in their survivability. The Cogbook's module that ground-pecking behavior relates to most is Cogbook's Module 10, Feeding and Foraging. Since ground-pecking is a behavior expressed as a means to obtain food, it closest relates to that Cogbook's module where it describes the diverse ways that animals obtain food. This has been a brief analysis of the proximate and ultimate explanations for ground-pecking behavior in northern mockingbirds. Thank you again for watching this video.